Hello everyone, this is Dr. Anupam. Today we are going to discuss about cutaneous mycosis with special reference to athlete's foot, which is also known as tinea pedis. So far we have covered in this unit, that is the fungal infection, about the introduction of the mycosis, that is the fungal infections. What are the different type of fungal infections? What are the agent that is called as a etiologic agent of these different fungal infections, and the examples that we have seen in different type of fungal infections. In this lecture we will cover the following topics. The first is the introduction of cutaneous mycosis, then what are the different types of cutaneous mycosis, dermatophytosis, then cause of ringworm infection, then we'll introduce the athlete foot infections and what are the etiology and epidemiology of this infection, then symptoms of this disease and what are the different types of this infections, then what are the diagnosis and treatment for this disease, and last the prevention and control for this disease. So now come to the introduction part of cutaneous mycosis. So these are the superficial fungal infection of the skin, hair and nails. Non-living tissue is invaded. However, a variety of pathological changes occur in the host because of the presence of the infectious agent and its metabolic product, also called keratinophilic fungi. So these are the few pictures of which showing the skin infection due to the fungus. This is skin and scalp, nail and on the foot. So now come to the type of cutaneous infections. So dermatophytosis, that is also called the tinea or the ringworm infection of the scalp, glabrous skin and nails. It is caused by a closely related group of fungi that is also called as dermatophytosis, which have the ability to utilize keratin as nutrient resources. That is, they have a unique enzyme capacity, that is keratinase, which digests the protein called keratin. Incidents are common. Then come cutaneous candidiasis. That is, a candidiasis is a primary or secondary mycotic infection caused by member of genus Candida and other related genera. Involvement may be localized to the mouth, throat, skin, scalp, vagina, finger, nails, bronchi, lungs, or the gastrointestinal tract, or become systemic in septicemia, endocarditis and meningitis. It is also a very common incidence. The third type of cutaneous infection is dermatomycosis, which is caused by due to the non-dermatophytes molds, which includes sclerophleurosis. Now we'll discuss about the dermatophytosis, which is also known as a skin plant infection and are etiology agent of dermatophytosis. So basically the three anamorphic form of uh, genera belonging to three genera, that is the microsporum, trichophyton and epidermophyton, that are basically involved in the infection of ringworm. Ringworm is a misnomer since a fungus, not a worm, caused the infection. The lesion caused by the infection resembles a worm in the shape of ring, hence the name ringworm. So ringworm is the usually specifically used to describe the tinea corpus, ringworm of the body, although it can sometimes be used to describe tinea infections in other locations such as tinea curis, that is the ringworm of the ground. Ringworm infection can affect both human and animal. The infection initially appears as a red patches on affected areas of the skin and later may spread to the other parts of the body. It may affect the scalp, feet, nails, groins, beard and other areas of the body. So now we will see the cause of the ringworm infection. So as in the previous slide that we have discussed that uh, only the three genera, that is the anamorphic form of fungi, is responsible for the infection. So these are the Trichophyton, Microsporum, and Epidermophytons. Apart from that, the infection may also spread from contact with the infected human or the animal in the fresh or the healthy individuals, and the infection is commonly spread among the children by sharing items or which containing the fungus. So it is possible that these fungi may live for an extended period as a spores in soils, and human and animals can contract ringworm after direct contact with this soil. So different type of fungi causes ringworm. Doctors call ringworm different names depending upon where it affects the body, like ringworm of scalp called Tinea capitis often starts as isolated scaling in the scalp that develops into itchy, scaly bald patches. It is the most common among the children. Ringworm of the body, that is called the Tinea corporis, often appear as a patches with the characteristic round ring shape. Jock itch, that is Tinea cruis, refers to the ringworm infection of the skin around the groin, inner thigh, and buttock. It's most common in men. Athlete's foot, that is also called Tinea pedis, is common name of the for ringworm infection of the foot. It frequently seen in people who go barefoot in public places where the infection can spread, such as locker room, common locker room, shower, and swimming pools. Tinea unguium, ringworm infection of the nail. Tinea manuum, ringworm infection of the hand, and the Tinea barbae, that is the ringworm infection of the beard. Now come to the athlete's foot, that is also known as Tinea pedis, Tinea pedum, moccasin foot, and ringworm of the foot. Athlete's foot is also called Tinea pedis. It is a contagious fungal infection that affects the skin on the feet. It can also spread to toenails and the hands. The fungal infection is called athlete's foot because it is commonly seen in the athletes. These are the few pictures of how it looks, the skin looks during the athlete's foot infection. Now we'll see the etiology and the source of athlete foot infection. The fungus that cause athlete's foot is called uh, Trichophyton. Trichophyton rubrum and Trichophyton mentagrophytes is the fungus that is the most common cause of athlete's foot infection. So these are the two fungi looks in the plate and under the microscope. Yeast are also one of the responsible agent which causing the athlete's foot, but they are usually and secondary invader, especially in the immunocompromised patients. Athlete's foot occurs when the tinea fungus grow on the feet. You can catch the fungus through the direct contact with an infected person or by touching the surface contaminated with the fungus. The fungus thrives in the warm, moist environment. It is commonly found in the shower, locker room, floors, and around the swimming pool area. Now we'll see the epidemiology of this infection. The disease is probably the most common among the dermatophytic infections. About 70% of the world population who those are infected with dermatophyte infection having this athlete's infection. Athlete's foot is the most common among the adolescents, that is the age group of 10 to 24 years, and in the individual who wears occlusive shoes, that is the closed type of shoes. The rate of infection in men is 2 to 4 times more than compared to women, because the men are mostly the farmers are working in the field, and they are direct contact with the soil and the mud. The risk of the getting athlete's foot increases with the increase in the ages. The most cases occurs after the puberty, and the infection is the most commonly seen in between 20 to 50 years. And it is observed that the infection is occurred much more rate in during the summer season, because this and in this season the people or the humans or the individuals uh, shows much more sweating during this season. Now we'll talk about the symptoms of this disease. So these are the itching, that is stinging, and the burning between the toes or on the scale of your feet, blisters on your feet that itch, cracking and peeling of skin on your feet, most commonly between toes and on your soles, dry skins on your soles or sides of your feet, raw skin on your feet, discolored, thick and current crumbly toenails, toenails that pulls away from the nails bed. Now the type of ringworm infection or the athlete's foot. So there are three types of athlete's foot. The first is the toe web infection, which is the most common and the easiest type of athlete's foot infection to treat. Most infection occurs between the fourth and the little toes, but it occurs between any of your toes. The skin in this area may be dry, scaly, and peel or cracks. These irritates area of skin are more prone and allowing other bacteria to enter your body. Second type of athlete's foot infection is the moccasin type infection. This type of infection is often indicated by soreness on the soles or heels of your feet. The skin in this area can crack and thicken, and in severe case, the infection often spread into the toenails. This can cause thicky and crumbly nail and even complete nail loss. It, if your toenails are affected, they will require separate care and treatment method. The third type of infection, athlete foot infection, is the vesicular type infection, which identified by the fluid filled blisters that appears on the feet. They typically appear on the soles of the feet but can also appear on the top of the heels. If the blister rupture, they can cause fluid to spread under the skin or create open sores when other bacteria can cause infection. So after getting the infection, it is very important to get diagnosed correctly. So the samples should be collected, and the most common sample is for this infection is the skin scraping, and it undergoes for the diagnosis of this infection. For diagnosis, the first usually the visual inspection of the skin is done. Then the microscopy, in which the KOH test, that is the microscopic examination of the slides of skin scraping, nail scraping and hair, often tissue suspended in the 10% KOH solution to help clear tissue. Slides were prepared. The way on are not permanent, and these degrade rapidly due to the presence of base. So under the microscopy, we try to observe the fungi. Then after the isolation of fungi from the infected tissue, so we culture the fungi in appropriate media for the further confirmation of the you can say that the actual fungi that is causing for the infection. Now come to the treatment part. The athlete's foot can often be treated with over-the-counter, that is the OTC, topical antifungal medication. If OTC medication don't treat your infection, your doctor may prescribe the topical or oral prescription strengthened antifungal medication. The doctors may also recommend home treatments to help clear up infections. There are many OTC topical infection medication, including miconazole, terbinafine, clotrimazole, butanafine, and tolnafate. So they are the generic. These are the generic name. In home care, the doctor may recommend that to soak your feet in the salt water or diluted vinegar to help up the blisters. Apart from these treatment, there are some alternative treatment in which especially the use of tea tree oil is very much recommended in these infections. And the last, the prevention and the control of the disease comes. So there are the several things that you can do to help prevent athletes foot infection. The first is to wash your feet with soap and water every day and dry them thoroughly, especially between the toes. Then wash socks, bedding and towel in water more than 60 degrees Celsius or higher. Combining washing soaps and application of OTC antifungal recommendations should treat most cases of athlete's foot. You can disinfect your shoes by using disinfectant wipes or spray. Put antifungal powders on your feet every day. Don't share shoes, socks, or towel with others. Wear sandal in public shower, around public swimming pools, and in other public places. Wear socks made out of breathable fibers such as cotton or wool, or made out of synthetic fiber that wick moisture away from your skin. Change your socks when your feet get sweaty. Air out your feet when you are at home by going barefoot. Wear shoes made of breathable materials. Alternatives between two pairs of shoes, wearing each pair every other day to give your shoes time to dry out between use. Moisture will allow the fungus to continue to grow. Thank you.